Okay, so we have Smorgasboard here by Wern. This is a game I invented. First move, draw a tile. It's a C. Put it down there. And you place a farmer, so I'm going to play the green. Playing it for a two-player game here. On that dot. You see the dot? Farmer goes on the dot. Alright. So the second player comes along, places a tile. It's a D. Places one of their farmers on the dot. First player comes along again. It's a G. Places a farmer. Now they get a cube because it's their second turn. So we'll just go with a chicken here. Place it on the first asterisk, so the next two are still observable. Don't worry if it overlaps over there because we won't even get that yet. And there's still plenty of room. So second player comes along, places a fourth tile. It's kind of like Scrabble, except you're winning the letters. You're earning them by how you combine things to make things like sausage and stuff. Full English breakfast is in there. It's a list of 21 different things you can make. And when you make them, you write them down on a piece of paper. You don't get any points for the food you make, but you earn the letter. And the letter earns you 5 points. Plus you get a chip. Because wherever you form, like if I were to come over here with my supply, well, okay, we're just going to do this. We'll have, okay, we added red. And, okay, so now it's the next person's turn. Oh, that one doesn't have a farmer on it. You got to place farmer. They'll come around. It's their second turn. On that M. So they're going to place something maybe different. You can place anything you want except for the eggs, or I'm sorry, the eggs and the milk. And you only have to age them 2. But the rest you got to age 3 except for the plant. So you can get a plant for free instead of an animal. So he's just going to go ahead and put that right there. You still clearly see the M. Gets a plant. So first person comes along, it's their third turn. Places that. Oh, we're going to place it up here. 26 tiles because there's 26 letters. And they're going to get their farmer. Place it on the dot. And they get something too, so if I can remember correctly, the orange is a goose. I only remember the chicken and the orange are all written down. Place that. And since it's their third turn for the first player, they can age one of their things. So they're going to age their chicken to the second dot. It covers the first 2, but you can see since one is available on the first, that the second is covered. If it was third, it would be like that. You'll get used to it. It's pretty simple. So we're going to put it back on that. So they age 1. Second player comes along, it's their third turn. Let's get these straightened up a little bit here. And E. Well, they're going to place their farmer. They're going to get a cube. Let's say they just wanted to do another chicken, because I can't remember what the other one. Oh, well, we'll just do a blue. I don't remember what the animal is, but this is a mammal, so it doesn't really matter what the animal is, because there's 3 different kinds of mammal. It's going to matter later on, but we're not going to get to that point yet. places on the first one, can age one. So we're going to age the plant to 2. Place another tile. It's O. First person places their farmer. Gets a cube. We're going to do purple this time. Places on the first. Gets to age one, so we're going to age the plant. That plant is now off the pasture. That's technically 3. 1, 1, 2, and 3. That means that that's available. And now, when it's available, that means that you can move it wherever you want when you have other ones. So let's kind of pretend a little bit. Let's say the chicken got moved to pasture, and that means it lays an egg, so it gets a yellow. It also gets a baby. Or no, it doesn't get a baby. It gets a mate when the first one ages the pasture, so it'll get that one for free on that turn, in addition to the one that they already placed. And let's say they aged that out to pasture. Then they get the baby. They age the baby's out to pasture. And they have that egg. The egg is on the first aging. And let's say that egg got moved out to pasture. Then there's room for milk. So the blue is a mammal. I think it's a sheep. So let's pretend that got moved out to pasture. Let's say the meat got moved out to pasture. Let's say the baby got on. Well, since the baby got on, as soon as the baby gets on, before it gets to pasture, it breeds. So it gets a baby, and then the baby generates, of course, it's a mammal, so it gets milk. And the milk is where you age it. And it's already aged, we'll say. And it's aged out to pasture. The milk has to move with the farmer to the letter that it wants to become cheese. Well, it's already cheese. It's cheese or milk when it's aged milk. So we want cheese as one of the items that we have to collect. So we move with the farmer. Let's say we want to collect the O. We go there. We collect the O and write that down. And you can use that O to make your words. And of course you get cheese where they moved it to. It goes back because there's only 15 of them. The farmer goes back to you, or it can move to an empty spot on the next turn. Or on this turn, I'm sorry, you can move it back, so it moves back to that. Oh, I'll have to read the directions. I don't remember what it was, if it was after the turn or if it was immediately. So I'll have to read the directions. But at any rate, there'll be a farmer back on a tile. It could be a green one. The green can look around and not get their cube for the turn, and instead place the farmer on an empty spot. So, but the blue has taken that, we'll say. And of course, the milk is back there. You get cheese. You formed one of the things you need to form. The blue guy did it, and they're on 1. You got to form 21 items. You got to form as many words as you want, but you have to at least form one of 3 letters or more in order to win the game. But each time you form a letter, or collect a letter, you get a chip. And what that chip does is, since I don't have a chip yet, I earn a chip because I got that letter. And I would give that chip to the other player if I wanted them to not get a block. So if I chose to keep it, it would be worth 5 points at the end of the game, or I give them 5 points to keep them from the block. Let's say I didn't block their cube. They get a free one. So they're going to get a free whatever's up here if they want. This is aged to the 2. This is put on the 1. They get a free cube. And you just keep playing that way. So it took about 10 minutes to do one. 210 minutes for a game, maybe. But it might be quicker than that. Or it might be slower. But at any rate, at any rate, I would say that 200 minutes is a fair enough game. It's well, could be a 3-hour game potentially.